Hey everyone, this is a look at the LEGO Creator Beachside Vacation set. It's a 3-in-1 set, meaning that you can build any one of 3 possible official builds, one at a time with the parts included here. I'm going to show you each of those, starting with the smallest and simplest. They call this the Boatside Harbor. It just has a very simple structure that is small. Let's take a closer look. So this is built along the side of water, and they have kind of a narrow pier there. All the brown is supposed to represent wood. On the side, I think this is supposed to be a fueling station for boats that come up alongside. This is kind of the camera-friendly side of the building. It has a window with an awning above, a standard size of door. There are plenty of extra pieces left over if you choose to go with this build. So you can probably put a handle on that door if you want. And they have a lot of the relatively uncommon colors of blue in this. So lots of dark blue up here, medium blue, and then also the pale kind of powder blue. This also has a flag up on the top to show you the wind direction. And around the back, it's open up top. You can kind of use that as an attic if you want to store something really small in there. There's no easy way to lift the roof off, but I think that is a place where you could hide something. There's a fish hanging from here, so I'm assuming that this shop is going to sell food. That's probably its primary purpose here. Food and basic supplies, and that's just it for the interior of the thing. It's really small. The whole thing is built up, well, the main structure is built up on an 8x16 plate that's tan, just to represent the shore, and you know, it's all sandy there. And then on this side is just a ramp coming up to the pier, and that's a good place to pull up your boat if you want to bring it back here, or if you want to leave it in here. It's entirely up to you. I guess this could be just access for people coming up from the shore, but then we're not sure if this is supposed to be water here or not. The boat build is kind of funny looking itself. It definitely looks like it's made from spare parts, because basically it is, but it has some personality to it, right? It's interesting with the round shaping at the front, this huge window. Looks very leisurely. Looks like something from the old days. It looks like it's an airboat somehow, or maybe it's supposed to be a hovercraft. Maybe it's supposed to represent a hovercraft. How about that? Let's go with that. Let's go with hovercraft for it. Just a rigid hull hovercraft for the most part, although it's kind of built like a catamaran, but then it does have that full closure and coverage on the back. Well, it is what it is. It's interesting. It's a thing. This next more complex build option is much more interesting to me. Uses a lot more parts, and it's much larger when it's complete. They call this one the Beachside Shop, and it also includes a small sailboard. I'll show you that more closely in just a minute. This has 2 sections to it that are about the same width as far as the structure is concerned. Over on this side, I guess that's supposed to represent a pool of water that has just kind of come up around the side of the thing, maybe like a little tide pool kind of thing. There's a plant up here which is just growing out of a pot. There's a bird there. It's kind of a balcony area up top. We got a couple of dive fins that are just posted up there. This represents, in this case, just a kind of a sign, like a 3D sign for the place. This is where you'd walk up to it and, you know, place an order. It's kind of the main ordering window, which is using the door frame, and it's put in sideways. It's nice use of sideways building. This guy over here is pumping some iron. His face matches, and I will show you the minifigures and their face options in a minute. This kind of looks like it's cut off though, the whole building. Like it's just sliced in 2. When you look around the back of it, there's a little bit of detail on the inside. Some clips are mostly used just to hold things in place, but you could use one of those to hold something else. A little bit of an attic area up here on the top, kind of behind the balcony. And behind this half of the building, there's nothing to be seen. It's just completely open, but obviously this is hinged, so you could close this all up to change the overall shape of the whole thing. And maybe that makes more sense this way now, you know? What do you think? I think so. It's just more complete something, something, something complete. Does not look so great around this side with all the different colors. You know, this is the area that was closed up that you couldn't see when everything was fully, you know, spread out. So it's definitely the least camera-friendly angle of it. But the overall shaping makes a lot more sense like this. And I think this is pretty displayable. Now, the sail board is a very simple thing. Just has the small surfboard, the short one, not even a long board. Few pieces added onto it, but this is the most useful and cool thing. It's just a cloth piece. It just gets bent around. And I really like the fact that you can turn this around. Previous larger sailboards, purpose-built sailboards that they've done with the long boards and vinyl sails were difficult to put into different points of sail, where you want to pose it like this, you want to pose it like this, you want to pose it like this. This can do, sorry, it got stuck on my finger there. This can do all of that, which is just convenient and nice for, even if you're not into sailing, it's just nice to be able to see the figure from this side if you're wanting it to be posed going that direction, and to see the figure from this side if you're wanting to have it posed going that direction, and just turn it around. Turn the head, of course, but yeah, it's just versatile. And then here's the big build, the one featured on the front of the package and that uses all of the official parts in the set. Once again with a folding structure, but it looks like this one's going to fold together more completely, but it actually does look pretty good like this. Pretty continuous striping going through it. Has the awnings, kind of has all the stuff that the other ones did, plus more. So it has a bird as well. It's got the flag as well. The surfboard is just used by itself. Kind of a balcony area up there. And then the whole thing is elevated quite a bit. They include a small water scooter or a jet ski. They've used some of the clear pieces to represent little bits of churning up tips of waves. This actually has a sea turtle included as an extra build. Huh, that's where the dive fins went. Okay, that works for me. I like that. That's pretty cool. The sail is used to create a hammock here. You can put a figure in there to just chill a little bit. There's a sand dollar and a starfish on the beach. Yeah, I guess that counts as beach, yeah. The ladder piece, it kind of becomes a ladder or a staircase. It's a little bit more vertical. Has a palm tree over on the side, except in this case it's growing naturally. There's the main entrance door from the side, and looking at this from around the back, there actually is a little bit of detail on the inside. So that could represent an aquarium there. There's a fish inside of it. That could represent an aquarium, or it could just be a display case for a fish that somebody has caught and then they've gotten it preserved. There's that's strange. There's a chair right in front of the door. So as soon as you open the door, you're gonna run into that chair. I would probably move that chair. Yeah, move it back over here or something. But up above, I really like this ceiling fan. It's such a simple build, but it looks really good. It's just a few pieces. What is that? 4 pieces in total. It looks really good. It's perfect. A little bit of attic space in this one as well. See, it really has all the components of everything else, except for a store in this case. I don't know what this is supposed to represent over here on the left. Maybe a coat rack is what that would be. Okay. And then finally, closing this up. Oopsie. That I found to happen all the time. They have this posed kind of standing up, but it will always fall down very easily, so just leave it somewhere else. But look at that. See, when it's all folded together, that looks really nice. Really nice. By far the nicest looking build in the set, in my opinion. I like how the striping just continues all the way around, and its overall shape is cool. It looks fun. It looks festive. It looks appropriate. It looks like something you would actually see on the water side. And the beams that hold it up all come together. You can see the gray here as representing a little bit of rock behind some of the built-up sand. It all just makes sense to me. There we go. Here are the figures as we saw them with the first build. And once again, these just really go well with the theme. They're just very bright, both of them very bright and cheerful. Really goes with the whole summer vacation theme. And each of these has an alternate face, as you saw, a more normal face, and then this is either puking or exerting oneself face. So that's why they brought this one in to use it to represent, you know, the straining face while he's pumping iron. Yeah, these are good choices, I think. Apart from the whole main build itself, the things that I like most out of the options of builds in this set are really the hammock, which is also used for the sail, for the sailboard. That's nice. I like the little sea turtle, which I guess isn't that little, is it, relative to the minifigs? And I like the plants, the build of this small palm tree here and the one that they've put on the balcony. I also like this balcony itself and the inclusion of the weight set out here. It might be a little bit of a stretch to call these bad things per se, but certainly my least favorite thing out of the build options was this boat or hovercraft or whatever it's supposed to represent. And I'm also a little bit bummed by their apparent move away from having swappable parts between the minifigures. There was a time when all of these types of sets from the Lego Creator line would allow you to swap legs and or torso pieces, and oftentimes the faces as well between the figures, between different builds to basically create different people. Here they have the double-sided faces. Those are nice and they're useful, but that's all that you can really realistically swap between these. I guess you can do the legs, but I would like to be able to just create more permutations. That's the Lego Creator Beachside Vacation 3-in-1 set. Let me know in a comment what you like most about the build options and possibilities from this set, and what you like least. I've got a lot more videos to bring you, so I'm going to get back to work, and I will talk to you again very soon.